you. I don't want to be one of those uncles. No. I gotta be the sober one. I gotta, give off the appearance that I'm the sober uncle. Well, honestly, on my dad's side, that kid, I'm the only uncle she'll ever know. Yeah. Oh, man, but it's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a fun day. I'm looking forward to it because I get to see family and I get to let them know about my podcast and let them know how well I'm doing, even though, I'm just doing this to kill time and pass time and get my comedy out there. Because again, in Winnipeg, there is only one comedy club, and it is probably about an hour and a half bus ride from me. So, needless to say, Weed Johnny's is a no-go. Weed Johnny's is a definite no-go because it's on Wednesday and on Thursdays I work at 6:30 in the morning. So, yeah, no, not going to be doing stand-up at that location. So, I'll stick to doing podcasting until I get enough funds to actually get the hell out of Winnipeg and go to, I don't know, let's say Montreal, the comedy capital of Canada. I mean, Just for Laughs was developed there. SCTV was developed in Toronto. I can make a stop off in Toronto. There's a lot of comedy clubs in Toronto. How come there is no comedy clubs in Manitoba? I mean, we're one province over from Ontario. Are they saying that there's no talent coming in from Manitoba anymore? You only get 3 or 4. That's it. 3 or 4 Canadian, 3 or 4 Manitobans. Those are the only people that are allowed to be famous. They got Neil Young, Biff Naked, Phoebe Dykstra, and Joey Dandino. Those are the only 4. No more coming out of Winnipeg. Fuck them. That guy thinks he's funny? No, he's not allowed. Fuck. No. I'm not doing this to become famous. No. I'm doing this just to entertain myself and entertain people that listen to the show. I still haven't taken my medicine yet. I got halfway between packing a bowl and then, the clip ended. So I was just like, oh shit. I got my buster open. Didn't tap out the bowl yet. Didn't even pack the bowl. I took a puff off my little vape and, yeah. And people are like, oh, you vape? I'm like, yeah, I vape. I thought you quit smoking. I did quit smoking. I don't smoke cigarettes. Honestly, I don't even really use my vape all that much. I use it when I get really, really stressed out, or if I'm drinking, or if I'm really, really stoned. But other than that, I don't really use my vape. Oh, what about if you're drinking coffee? You just smoke when you drink coffee. Oh yeah, when I drink coffee, I smoke. I use my vape. I don't have a cigarette though, and that's what concerns me a little bit. Is the whole smoking and drinking tonight, it goes hand in hand with me. So that's the only one thing I'm really, really, truly concerned about is, if I'm drinking, then, there's more likely a chance that I may have a cigarette or 2 or 3 or a whole entire pack. Yeah. That's just the way I go with drinking. But no, tonight should be a good time. No smoking. Maybe a couple drinks with my family. Good eats. And hilarity. That's what I go for. I go for hilarity. I go for comedy and laugh appeal. I think about what I say before I actually say it, especially to family, because you don't want to go up and say, hey, did you hear about the one with the Ukrainian, the Polish guy, and, the transvestite hooker? Transvestite hooker just said, get off. So the Polish guy just blew a load in her ear. He just picked a hole. As the Ukrainian guy just sat there and did double shots of vodka. Yeah, like I said yesterday, Ukrainians are joyous people. We celebrate everything. Life, death, we do it all. Alright, one more break. I'm going to have my medicine this time. I'm going to play a clip from one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies. I have a bunch of them. So you know which one this one is. It's from Pulp Fiction.
You happy? Yeah, we happy. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't get your name. I got yours, Vincent, right? But I never got your...
My name's Pitt, and your ass ain't talking your way out of this shit.
No. I just want you to know how... I just want you to know how sorry we are that things got so fucked up with us and Mr. Wallace. When we got into this thing with the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean to do that. Please, continue. You were saying something about best intentions? What's the matter? Oh, you were finished. Oh, well, allow me to retort. What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
What?
What country you from?
What?
What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
What?
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Yes!
Then you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like.
What?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
He's black.
Go on.
He's bald.
Does he look like a bitch?
What?
Does he look like a bitch?
No!
Then why you try to fuck him like a bitch, Brett?
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Brett. You tried to fuck him. And Marcellus Wallace don't like to be fucked by anybody except Mrs. Wallace. You read the Bible, Brett?
Yes.
Well, there's this passage I got memorized. Sort of fits this occasion. Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
A little scene from Pulp Fiction. The descriptions will be updated after the show is done. Or I could just do what I've been doing the entire time and just wait until the week's over and then posting them then and updating them then. But me being me and me having basically no social life whatsoever, I'll probably do it when I get inside. Oh, it's funny because a lot of people have asked me, they're like, oh, why are you single? I'm like, well, there's a number of issues. There's a number of things, actually. Can't find anybody to really understand my sense of humor or get my personality. Some people claim they do, and they did. And, yeah, that just turned out to be bogus and, chock full of lies. Because nobody can actually understand a person's sensibility, like, mentality and personality and everything like that without actually having a conversation with them and not just conversing online. See, I've tried to make dates and everything, but as soon as they find out that I don't drive, boom, killer. Deal breaker right there. You don't drive? Fuck you. Do you smoke? No. Do you live with your parents? No. Do you have a full-time job? Yep. Are you able... Do you have any other addictions whatsoever? Well, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I smoke weed for medicinal purposes. Oh. Well, what type of medicinal purposes? Well, I have epilepsy. Oh, okay, what's that? Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear about that. So, do you have a vehicle? No, I can't drive because I'm epileptic. I can't drive. At all, period. Oh. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. That's what I get a lot. That's what I get. That leads me to believe how materialistic females are these days. They're so fucking materialistic that everybody should have a vehicle. Everybody should be driving. Everybody should be living on their own. You know what? There are a lot of circumstances that do arise that limits a person from actually getting ahead. Mine is my medical condition. I try not to let it get me down. I really don't. I don't. I use it in a creative measure. Every time I feel down about my medical condition, I write a joke. or I say a joke, or I say something stupid to make myself laugh, and then I turn that into a fucking joke. And then I can use that on air to entertain you guys. And it all works. It works out in my favor and my benefit, because in the end, I don't give a shit if I can't ever fucking drive again. I don't give a shit, because that's the least of my worries. The most thing that I'm worried about is overstressing myself out about not being able to drive and not being able to function. So I function the way I always function. I adapt. I don't drive, so I walk, or I take the bus. Or if I don't have the money for a bus fare, I don't sit at home and dwell on the fact that I can't drive and I am forced to walk. I just go out and fucking walk. I don't complain about it. I don't bitch about it. I don't moan about it unless, there's circumstances that do arise where I find the need that I do need to bitch. And that's usually about my ankle, because lately, the last couple weeks, it's been really swollen, but that's because I have arthritis and, I gotta bitch about something. If not politics, if not the government, if not Winnipeg in general, why not bitch about my foot? Because that's the biggest problem I have going on right now is my fucking foot. Fuck the government. Fuck this Mark Norman shit too. Come on. A respected military guy, Canadian Navy, a respected Canadian Navy SEAList guy, apparently said something in confidence to somebody else, and Prime Minister apparently knew something about it. Like, I'm only getting bits and pieces of this, and I read up on Mark Norman, and he sounds like a really stand-up, honest Canadian, and yet the Canadian government won't help him. But they will help an active terrorist by giving him $10.5 million, but they won't release documents that apparently implicate Mark Norman. I watched the House of Commons again, and that's what I saw, and I did a little bit of quick research this morning, and honestly, if a guy that's Canadian, that was born in this country, that dreamed of growing up and fighting for this nation, ends up having his nation fail him, that's the biggest kick in the fucking testicles. That is the biggest blow to your fucking ego, your self-esteem, and to your patriotic duty as a person that was in the Navy. So what do they do? They suspend him without pay and sentence him to trial. So I don't understand it. If anything, come and get me, man. Arrest me. I'd love to go to court and fight Justin Trudeau. Yeah, call what I say treason and slanderous. But the guy's a fucking moron. I'm a feminist. No, you're a fucking tool. Yes, I lobbied to get you into office. Yes, I read your political platform, and yes, I did fucking agree with it. And every single thing you said, you've either failed at, or you've never even fucking spoke about again. Electoral reform. A thing that helped you get elected. Oh, we can't do that. You fucking lying sack of shit. That just leads me to believe that my dad is right. Politicians are all just fucking liars, and they care about one goddamn thing. The taxpayer dollar.
I'm glad I was raised by Dad for other reasons. You can learn stuff from a father as a son. You can never learn from Mom. Special things, important things, like never challenge Dad to a fist fight. Because fighting Dad's not a fight. Fighting Dad is, hi, you've just instigated your own mugging. Come on down. Guys, what is it about that last post-pubescent burst of male hormones? Because one day you're fine with your dad. Next day you wake up, you're like 16, look across the room, and all you can think is... Oh, what does he do, man? Look at him. Just sitting there, couch growing out the back of his head. Oh, I bet I could kick his ass. Thought my dad was lazy. Turns out he was just resting up. Yeah, we had been having one of those real deep, philosophical father-son arguments. The ones that always ended, I did not. My stepmom jumped between us. Hey, both of you. No clinching, no hitting, blow the belt, go. And then I decided to cross that man-boy line. Got right in my dad's face. Look! By the way, great way to fight. Arms down, face